Chris the Nightmare Viola, and you're watching Mission Boxing Today on YouTube.
Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? All right, so I was on BoxingScene.com, and Adrian Granat, now he has a fight coming up March 18th against Alexander Dimitrenko. Probably be his toughest fight to date when he take the fight. Both guys similar in height and size, so I think it'd be an interesting fight the first few rounds, but I expect Adrian Granat to win this fight. I think he does have an equalizer in this fight, his right hand. He has a good snapping left hook. At least he showed against Danny Williams in a few of his fights. Now, he is undefeated, 14-0 with 13 knockouts. I think his best win is probably the France Real fight, his last fight. He stopped France Real. Real only had one loss coming into that fight. The only loss he had was to Robert Helenius. It was a good fight. That was a good fight. So for Granat to get him out of there, I thought that was impressive, being that Helenius couldn't do it, and Helenius has a good right hand. Now, a few months ago, Granat and Helenius, they were talking about possibly fighting each other towards the end of the year. Now, that doesn't mean that can't happen. Helenius is being talked about, him and Chasseur are being talked about for a rematch, so I'm not sure if, Helenius and Granat can happen towards the end of the year. But what I do know is, reading this Boxing Scene article, is Granat says after this fight, he says he's not overlooking Dimitrenko, but after this fight, he would like to take on the likes of Dominic, Breazeale, DILLIAN, Whyte, Ortiz, Lucas Browne, Joseph Parker. And then he says if he can beat those level of guys, then he'll go after Wilder, Anthony Joshua, Klitschko. So just by reading that, you can tell that Granat holds Klitschko, Wilder, and AJ to high regard, and he thinks those other guys are like a tier below the those three, according to him. Just by the guys who he say he wants to fight first, just the order he gave it. But this isn't the first time Granat has called people out. In the summertime, if you guys remember, I dropped that video when he called out Huey Fury, DILLIAN Whyte, and David Price. This was last summer when he was calling these guys out. He really wanted to fight with those guys. He ended up getting France Real. So I think I'm going to favor Granat in the Dimitrenko fight. I think Dimitrenko will try to use the jab and move a little bit. I mean, Dimitrenko, he didn't, the Joseph Parker fight kind of left a bad taste in people's mouths. And a lot of people thought that Parker should have got a point taken for hitting Dimitrenko when he was on his knee. So I guess technically, yes. But a lot of people thought that he was trying to sell it when he was rolling around. A lot of people didn't think that him getting hit in his ribs when he was on one knee really hurt him that bad. Now, I'm not the person getting hit, by Parker on one knee in my ribs, but it didn't look like it did that much damage. But again, maybe it did, you know what I mean? But he was rolling around like it was probably, the hardest punch to the body he's ever took, you know what I mean? So, that he's ever taken. But I'm going to go with Granat in this fight. I think the right hand will catch up with Dimitrenko sooner or later. And it may be a right hand, left hook combination that hurts him, man. But he does have a jab. He can, make this go some rounds. Now, Dimitrenko does besides the fight with Parker, he did win some rounds against Pulev. He did win some rounds against Eddie Chambers. He lost those fights. But he can be a formidable challenger. You know what I mean? And Granat is still a little bit inexperienced, so maybe, Dimitrenko can make this an interesting fight. But I'm going to go with Granat in this fight, though, man. But what do you guys think about Adrian Granat wanting to fight guys like Breazeale, Whyte, Ortiz, Browne, Parker? Parker, I'm not sure if he'll get that fight, being that Parker is a title holder, and he's going to be defending his title against his mandatory. He's talked about wanting unification fights. You know what I mean? So I guess we'll see with that. Granat is rated number 22 by the WBC. I believe he's in BoxRec's top 20, but he's 22 by the WBC, and I believe Dimitrenko is 24. So a win here will probably elevate him a little bit higher and possibly try to crack that WBC top 15. Now, the fight against France Real, he won the IBF international title. So if he gets a win over Dimitrenko in his next fight, maybe he possibly, cracks the IBF top 15. You know what I mean? But I'm going to go with Adrian Granat in this fight, man. And yes, he's ready to move up and step up. You know, usually around this time when guys are 14, 15 and 0 around there, and they've beaten guys on the level of a France Real or Dimitrenko, they do need to move up. You know what I mean? So, I mean, hell, Breazeale just fought Iju Ogono. Ogono was an undefeated prospect type guy trying to cross over into contender mode. You know what I mean? So let's give Granat his chance if he gets past Dimitrenko. And let's put him in there, man. You know, let's line him up. I guess it all depends what Helenius is going to do with Chisora, but if Helenius, you know, still wants a Granat fight or they still want to fight each other, I would love to see that fight, man. But, you know, Granat against Breazeale. I think Breazeale's trying to position himself in the WBC to try to get a title shot or a fight in some type of eliminator after this Iju Ogono win. I think he wants to capitalize off this, man, and fight somebody in that WBC. I would love that fight. Now, I've heard Lucas Browne. I know he's going through, he's sitting out for drug testing and all that. But he's going to come back soon here. And I've heard him throw out names. He even says Solomon Haumanu and guys like that. So if he's fighting guys on that level, you know, if he, you know, would he fight an Adrian Granat type of guy? I don't know. You know, but let's get past March 18th first with Granat and Dimitrenko. And then we'll go from there, man. But I'm putting it out there that these are the guys that Granat wants to fight. And this isn't his first time calling, you know, guys like Hughie Fury and DILLIAN, Whyte and Price. It's not his first time calling these type of guys out. You know, but after he gets past Dimitrenko, I want to see him step up. He seems as if he wants to step up. So I guess we'll see after March 18th, man. You guys let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm out.